Hello, classmate and teacher. This is my presentation of the final project of the English language and cultural class with the teacher Fabián Armando Cruz Rubio. My name is Juan Carlos Barajas, and I'm so glad to present this video. First of all, I would like to talk about the importance of the English language and why it's important to know the roots of this language. The English language is without doubt a universal language and a language that has transcended through the time, being a language that a lot of people speak all over the world and is spoken for studies and also for important business. This language has developed over many centuries, and due to different invasions in the English territory is that has a lot of modification in his structure of this way of speaking and writing. With this invasion, the English language has acquired many cultural influences from different ancient societies that have enriched it, getting a very interesting mixture to enrich the language. It is for this reason that it's very important to know the roots of the origin of the English language in order to understand more clearly these influences. The English language has had changes during the time because the British territory has been invaded in different times and different cultures. This language is divided in three important stages that are Old English, Middle English, and Modern English. The Anglo-Saxon language, who has called Old English, which were spoken in England and southern and eastern Scotland in the early Middle Age. Old English also reflected the varied origins of the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms established in different parts of the Britain. A significant subsequent influences in Old English came from Scandinavian Vikings, who conquered and colonized parts of Britain during the 8th and 9th centuries. After the Norman conquest in 1066, Old English was replaced by Anglo-Norman as the language of the upper classes. This is regarded as marking the end of the Old English era, developing into a phase known as a Middle English. The conquering Norman spoke a Romance language called Old Norman, which in Britain developed into Anglo-Norman. Many Norman and French loanwords entered the local language in this period. Middle English was spoken in the late 15th century. Modern English, the language used by William Shakespeare, who had a great influences in the language at that time for his literary works, is dated from around 1500. It incorporates many recent loans from Latin and ancient Greek, as well as borrowing from other European languages, including French, German, and Dutch. Significant pronunciation changed in this period, including the long vowels. It is important to mention that the English language came to be exported to other parts of the world through the British colonization and is now dominated language in Britain and Ireland, the United States and Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, and many smaller former colonies, as well as being widely spoken in India, parts of Africa, and elsewhere. For this reason, it's important to analyze the influence that has had this language in the cultural life in countries that doesn't speak English. For example, in Mexico, I believe the English has had a lot of influence in a good way, because when a person studies and speaks English in a good level, he or she will have the opportunity to reach best personal options that could be represented in their studies to get, for example, a scholarship studying in a university in another country, or to get a better job working in an international company. The tourism is very important for the economy of the country in the different areas like the hotels, airlines, restaurants, and parks. The person that has contact with the tourists of other countries should have a very good level of English to communicate and give them the best service. With this, we give a good impression of the country, and we could make that the tourists could come back soon. Mexico, as a neighboring country of the United States of America, will always have a lot of influence of that country. In a business or cultural way, a lot of Mexicans work or study there, so they spend a lot of years in the United States and they grew up experiencing tradition of that country. And this person have families still in Mexico, and when they came back to visit their families, bring us a lot of tradition that used in the neighboring country, and that moment it sees a mixture of cultures. And with this, I finished my project. Thank you to my teacher and classmates for their help. And thank you very much for watching this video. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.